A quiet grocery store parking lot exploded into chaos when a rookie cop began screaming at a 72-year-old elderly black man, accusing him of stealing his own car. Shoppers froze. Phones went up. Humiliation filled the air as the old man calmly held up his key fob, trying to explain, but the cop refused to listen. The crowd grew restless, tension thickening. And the moment police sirens echoed in the distance, everyone knew something unforgettable was about to happen. Before we continue, drop your city in the comments. I want to see how far this message travels. Like and subscribe if you stand with justice. Mr. Howard had lived 72 long years with a quiet strength that didn't need to be announced. A retired Navy engine mechanic, he walked with a slight stiffness in his shoulders, but his eyes still carried the sharp calm of a man who had seen storms far worse than life's daily noise. Every Friday morning, he came to the same grocery store, parked in the same spot, and greeted the same workers who adored him for his kindness. The silver luxury sedan he drove wasn't just a car, it was a gift from his son, a high-ranking police commander who bought it for him after retiring from active duty. To Mr. Howard, it wasn't about status, it was a reminder that his sacrifices had shaped a strong, honorable man. But to the rookie cop patrolling that morning, the picture looked different. He saw only a frail black elder standing beside a car he didn't look rich enough to own. Insecurity had always driven this rookie. He was the type who mistook aggression for authority, the type who believed raising his voice made him powerful. So when he spotted Mr. Howard unlocking his car, he didn't ask questions. He didn't check plates. He didn't observe calmly. He reacted. Badly. Within seconds, he assumed theft, stomped toward the elderly man, and began barking orders loud enough to turn heads across the parking lot. Shoppers paused. Some whispered. Others started recording. And in the center of it all, Mr. Howard stood quietly, hurt, embarrassed, and completely unaware of the storm about to unfold. The rookie cop didn't wait for answers. He grabbed Mr. Howard's arm with a force that made the old man wince, pressing him against his own car. "Step aside, sir. You're under arrest," the cop barked, ignoring the confused bystanders. Mr. Howard lifted his hands calmly, his key fob dangling between his fingers, trying to explain that this was his car, his life's work reflected in its polished surface. "Shut up and move," the cop shouted, growing more aggressive. The crowd around them grew restless, some shouting, others filming on their phones. Whispers of disbelief filled the air. "He's the owner. Look at the key." But the rookie's ears seemed deaf to reason. The tension thickened when the cop called for backup, his voice trembling slightly beneath the bluster. Sirens grew louder in the distance, a reminder that power was on its way, but not the kind that belonged to him. Every second felt like an eternity. Mr. Howard's calm dignity clashed against the cop's escalating aggression. Shoppers edged closer, sensing that this confrontation was about to explode. And as the first backup vehicles pulled into the lot, the balance of control and humiliation was about to shift dramatically. Mr. Howard's hands were cuffed behind his back, though he had done nothing wrong. The rookie cop's face was red with anger and fear, trying to assert authority while the crowd's murmurs swelled into a chorus of disbelief. Shoppers circled, some recording, others shouting, demanding the cop check the license plate. "This is his car," someone yelled. "Look at the key fob." But the rookie refused. The tension was palpable. Mr. Howard stood tall despite his age, his posture calm but defiant. The cop tried to open the car door, keyless entry denied him. Panic flickered in his eyes, masked by bluster. He barked orders to the backup officers, who were confused, unsure whether to trust their colleague or the mounting evidence. Shoppers were audibly frustrated. Some approached to intervene verbally, while others continued filming, capturing every second. The rookie's aggressive stance was beginning to crumble under the weight of public scrutiny. Every passing minute intensified the humiliation. Mr. Howard's dignity contrasted sharply against the rookie's trembling authority. People whispered about his decorated military past, some recognizing him as the retired Navy veteran who had quietly shaped the community with his courage. The crowd's energy shifted from shock to anticipation. Everyone sensed a reckoning was coming. Every eye was fixed on the unfolding scene, cameras pointed at the rookie's growing panic. In the center of it all, Mr. Howard remained calm, embodying patience and resilience. His silence spoke louder than the cops' shouts. The conflict had escalated beyond a simple misunderstanding. It had become a public trial of courage versus arrogance, dignity versus humiliation, truth versus fear. And then, just as the tension reached its peak, a black SUV pulled into the parking lot, a presence that would change everything. The storm was about to turn. The black SUV rolled into the parking lot, its engine a deep, commanding hum that cut through the chaos. Everyone instinctively turned toward it, sensing a shift in the energy. The crowd held its breath as the passenger door opened, revealing a tall, authoritative figure, Mr. Howard's son, a high-ranking commanding officer in full uniform. His presence radiated calm power, and the rookie cop froze mid-yell, realizing immediately that this was no ordinary intervention. "Dad," the officer's voice was steady, but sharp enough to slice through the noise. Mr. Howard's eyes widened, relief flickering across his face. The crowd murmured, whispering the revelation, "That's his son, he's military." Without hesitation, the officer walked straight to the cop and demanded, "Explain yourself. Why is my father handcuffed?" The rookie stammered, words failing him. He had assumed arrogance could cover ignorance, but now authority had arrived, and it belonged to Mr. Howard's family. The commanding officer pulled out his phone, ran the plate, and in seconds, verified what everyone already suspected: Mr. Howard was the legal owner of the car. The backup officers exchanged nervous glances, the rookie cop's confidence evaporated. The atmosphere shifted instantly. Bystanders' whispers became audible gasps. Phones were held higher to record the unfolding justice. The rookie's knees trembled. He realized he had humiliated a decorated Navy veteran, publicly, in front of the whole neighborhood, and the consequences were only beginning. Mr. Howard's son stepped closer, standing tall, unwavering. The crowd parted, giving space for the inevitable confrontation. The rookie's bravado faltered, fear replaced anger. The twist wasn't just the arrival of the son, it was the revelation of power, respect, and truth converging, leaving the arrogant rookie exposed. In that moment, the balance shifted completely. The public humiliation the cop had tried to inflict on Mr. Howard was now mirrored back on him, amplified, undeniable, and irreversible. The crowd fell silent as Mr. Howard's son stepped in front of his father, his uniform crisp, authority radiating from every movement. The rookie cop's face drained of color, lips trembling. He had tried to command respect with intimidation, but now he was face to face with true power, and the public was watching. "Stand at attention," the officer ordered, his voice cutting through the tension. The rookie stiffened, his body shaking uncontrollably. Every muscle betrayed him as he tried to maintain composure. Cameras from every angle captured the moment, every eye in the parking lot glued to the spectacle. The crowd's whispers grew louder, a chorus of disbelief and anticipation. And then it happened. The rookie's fear became physical. His legs quivered, and a wet stain appeared on his uniform pants. The horror on his face mirrored the humiliation that had been building for minutes, now reaching a peak. Gasps erupted. Phones recorded every second. People couldn't believe what they were witnessing. The cop, who had tried to destroy dignity, now physically crumbled under the weight of truth. Mr. Howard, still calm, stepped forward, his eyes meeting the rookie's. "You humiliated a man who served his country. You judged without knowing. You lied to protect your ego." His voice carried the weight of decades of service and honor. The crowd echoed silently, witnessing justice unfold in real time. The rookie tried to speak, stammering apologies that sounded hollow, meaningless. His authority was gone, replaced by public shame. The officer's son, still composed, gave a final glare, ensuring the message landed: "Arrogance has consequences." Shoppers murmured their approval, some cheering quietly, others shaking their heads in disbelief. The rookie's trembling was complete, a symbol of power reversed. Every word, every gesture from Mr. Howard and his son reinforced the lesson: truth, patience, and dignity always outlast fear and arrogance. In that parking lot, justice wasn't served on paper. It was served in front of witnesses, recorded for eternity, and felt in the gut of the man who thought he could intimidate a veteran. The world had watched a coward crumble, and dignity had triumphed. Mr. Howard's cuffs were removed, and the crowd exhaled collectively. His son placed a reassuring hand on his father's shoulder, guiding him toward the car with quiet pride. The rookie cop stood frozen, humiliated beyond repair, now facing suspension and the weight of his own arrogance. Shoppers cheered softly, offering nods and words of support to the elderly veteran who had endured public shame with unmatched dignity. Cameras continued to roll, ensuring that the lesson of courage, patience, and truth would not be forgotten. Mr. Howard slid into his car, the sun reflecting off its polished surface, a symbol of resilience and honor. His son stood beside him a moment longer, ensuring justice was complete before they drove away. As the lot emptied and life resumed, one truth remained: arrogance may roar, but integrity and truth always prevail. Mr. Howard's calm courage had silenced fear and restored dignity, a victory witnessed by all.